Welcome to our new episode. I'm Leo, and today we are spending time to learn how to talk about the most important person in your life, you. Maya, let's start with the very first thing people hear, your name.
Hi, Leo. To be honest, I used to hate introducing myself because my name is so common. I felt like I didn't stand out. But I realized that your name is your brand. It's how people remember you.
Exactly. And in English, there's a difference between your formal name and your nickname. I always tell people, my name is Leonard, but please call me Leo. It makes the conversation feel warmer immediately.
That's a great tip. When you give a nickname, you're inviting the other person to be your friend. Listeners, you can say, "You can call me," or "I go by." It sounds so much more natural than a textbook.
What if someone has a name that is hard for English speakers to say? Should they change it to an English name?
To be honest, I think you should keep your real name. Just help the person. Say, "It's pronounced like," or "It rhymes with." It shows you are proud of your culture, but also helpful.
Exactly. Your name is the first bridge you build. Make it a strong one.
Leo, after the name, everyone asks, "Where are you from?" I've had a busy morning thinking about this, and I realized that people often give too short an answer.
Right. If you just say, "I'm from Brazil" or "I'm from Japan," the conversation often stops. I like to add a visual detail. I might say, "I'm from a small town near the coast where the seafood is amazing."
Oh, now I want to go there. You just gave me a hook. Now I can ask you about the seafood or the beach. You've moved the conversation from a geography lesson to a lifestyle chat.
For our listeners, try the phrase, "I was born and raised in," or "I grew up in." It sounds much more fluent than "I am from."
And if you've moved around, say that. "I'm originally from Italy, but I've been living in New York for 5 years." It shows you have a story.
To be honest, people aren't just asking for a location. They are asking for a piece of your history. Give them a small piece that makes them smile.
Exactly. Your hometown is the background of your life's movie. Describe the scene.
Now we move to the big question. What do you do? Maya, when I was a bit tired yesterday, I realized that I usually define myself by my job title. Is that a mistake?
It's not a mistake, but it can be boring. Instead of saying, "I am an accountant," you could say, "I help small businesses manage their finances so they can grow."
Wow, that sounds much more important. You are talking about your purpose, not just your title. It's a great way to show confidence in an introduction.
Exactly. If you're a student, don't just say, "I'm a student." Say, "I'm currently studying engineering because I've always been fascinated by how things are built."
What if someone is between jobs? That can be an awkward moment in an introduction.
Don't be ashamed. You can say, "I'm currently exploring new opportunities in the tech industry," or "I'm taking some time to upskill in digital marketing."
Upskill. That's a fantastic modern word. It means learning new skills. It shows you are proactive, even if you don't have an office to go to every morning.
Your job is what you do, but your career is the journey you are on. Talk about the journey. Let's move away from work. Leo, we often ask, "What do you do for fun?" But to be honest, sometimes people give the most boring answers.
I know. I like movies and music. Everyone likes movies and music. If you want to talk about yourself, well, you have to be specific.
Right. Instead of "I like cooking," say, "I'm really into baking sourdough bread." It's a bit of a process, but it's so rewarding.
I love the phrase, "I'm really into," or "I've recently taken up." It shows that you are an active person who is always learning.
I find that sharing a hobby makes you more human. If I tell you I love mountain biking, you suddenly see me as an adventurous person, not just a teacher.
And don't be afraid to share a nerdy hobby, whether it's chess, gardening, or collecting old coins. Those are the things that make people say, "Wait, tell me more about that."
Exactly. Your hobbies are the color in your introduction. Without them, you're just a black and white sketch.
Here is a fun way to describe your personality. Are you an early bird or a night owl? Maya, I think our listeners know you're a night owl after all these episodes.
It's true. I feel a bit tired if I have to do anything before 9 a.m. But at midnight, I have so much energy.
This is a great phrase to include when talking about your habits. You can say, I'm definitely an early bird. I find that my most productive hours are first thing in the morning.
Or you can say, I'm a total night owl. I love the peace and quiet of the late night hours for my creative work.
Why is this a good thing to share when introducing yourself?
Because it tells people how you work and when to expect the best version of you. It's a small detail that says a lot about your lifestyle.
Plus, it's a great icebreaker. Everyone has an opinion on this, so it's an easy way to keep the conversation moving.
Following that, let's talk about the busy morning. Leo, when someone asks about your day, how do you describe it without sounding like you're complaining?
That's a fine line. You can say, I usually have a very busy morning, but I make sure to take a break around 11 a.m. to stay fresh.
I like that. You are showing that you are hardworking, but also that you value your health. It's a very balanced way to talk about yourself.
Listeners, use phrases like, my day usually consists of, or I try to prioritize. It sounds professional and organized.
And be honest. If your routine is chaotic, you can say, to be honest, every day is different for me, which is why I love my job.
Your routine is the rhythm of your life. Sharing a bit of that rhythm helps people understand your world. Maya, after a busy morning, how do you describe your downtime? When is it time to relax for you?
For me, time to relax usually involves music. I might say, after a long day, I need some time to relax. So I usually listen to some jazz and just decompress.
Decompress. What a fantastic word. It's like a diver coming up for air. It's the perfect word for your time to relax.
What about you, Leo? Is your time to relax active or quiet?
To be honest, I need to move. I might say, my time to relax is actually at the gym. It helps me clear my head after sitting at a desk all day.
This is a great thing to mention in a self-introduction because it shows how you manage stress. It's a very high-level way to describe your personality.
Don't just say you relax. Explain how. It makes you much more interesting.
Leo, we often talk about family in an introduction, but how do we do it without giving too much personal information?
I think you should focus on the size and the vibe. You can say, I come from a big, noisy family, or I'm an only child, so I grew up being very independent.
I love that. I often say I'm the middle child, so I've spent my whole life being a peacemaker. It's a fun fact that also explains my personality.
For our listeners, I'm the eldest of 3, or I'm the baby of the family, are very natural ways to talk about your siblings.
To be honest, your family background often explains why you are the way you are. Mentioning a small detail about it makes your introduction feel very grounded.
Just keep it light. You don't need a family tree, just a small branch. This is the hardest part for many people, talking about what you're good at. Maya, why is it so difficult to say nice things about ourselves?
Because we don't want to sound arrogant. But in English, especially in a professional setting, you must be able to state your strengths clearly.
Instead of, I'm great at everything, try, I've always been told that I'm a good listener. Or, I pride myself on my attention to detail.
I like the phrase, I'm quite good at X. Or, one of my key strengths is. It sounds confident but humble.
What if someone feels like they don't have any strengths? Though I know they do.
To be honest, everyone has something. Maybe you are reliable or patient or good with numbers. Think about what your friends always ask you for help with. That's your strength.
Knowing your strengths is the foundation of self-confidence. Don't be afraid to name them.
If we talk about strengths, we have to talk about weaknesses. Leo, how do you mention a weakness without looking bad?
The secret is to talk about how you are improving. Don't just say, I'm lazy. Say, sometimes I struggle with time management. but I've started using a planner to stay on track.
That is brilliant. You've turned a negative into a positive growth story. You are showing that you are self-aware.
Use the phrase, I'm working on. Or, one area I'm trying to improve is, it shows you have a growth mindset.
To be honest, people trust you more when you admit you aren't perfect. It makes you relatable.
A weakness is just a strength that hasn't finished growing yet. Talk about it with hope.
Leo, travel is a huge part of who we are. How do you share your travel experiences in an intro?
I like to talk about how it changed me. Living in Spain for a year really opened my eyes to a different way of life.
That's much better than just a list of countries. You're talking about your worldview.
Try the phrase, I've had the chance to travel too, or one of my most memorable experiences was.
Even if you haven't traveled far, you can talk about a place you want to go. I've always dreamed of visiting the mountains in Switzerland. It shows you are an explorer at heart.
Travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. Share that wealth in your introduction.
An introduction shouldn't just be about the past. Leo, how do you talk about where you're going?
I use the phrase, looking ahead, or my ultimate goal is to. It shows that you have ambition.
I love that. Looking ahead, I hope to start my own business, or I'm working towards being fluent in 3 languages.
It tells the other person that you are a work in progress. You aren't finished yet.
To be honest, people find ambition very attractive. It makes them want to help you or be part of your journey.
Don't just tell them who you are today. Tell them who you are becoming.
We can't forget our furry friends. Leo, why are pets such a big part of how we introduce ourselves?
Because they are family. I always say, I live with a very energetic golden retriever who thinks he's a lapdog.
I'm a cat person myself. Pets show a softer, more caring side of your personality.
You can use the term animal lover or proud owner of a.
If you don't have a pet, you can say, I'm a total dog person, even though I don't have one right now. It's still a great way to connect.
Pets are the ultimate icebreakers. Almost everyone has a pet story. Life isn't always easy. Maya, is it okay to mention a challenge you've faced in an introduction?
Yes, but keep it brief. Moving to a new country was a huge challenge, but it taught me how to be resilient.
Resilient, another powerful word. It means being able to recover quickly from difficulties.
Use challenges to show your strength. I had to overcome a fear of public speaking, and now I actually enjoy giving presentations.
A challenge is just a story of how you grew. Share it with pride.
As we wind down this marathon episode, Leo, we need a fun fact. What's yours?
I can juggle 3 oranges at once. It's useless, but it always makes people laugh.
That's perfect. A fun fact is the cherry on top of your introduction. It makes you unique.
To be honest, we have covered a lot today. Listeners, your introduction is a living thing. It changes as you change.
Don't try to memorize a script. Just memorize your bullet points. Name, hook, origin, job, hobby, and fun fact.
We want to hear from you. Write your full introduction in the comments. We will read as many as we can.
If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. This was a long one, so make sure to take a break after listening.
Practice your intro in the mirror tonight. You're gonna do great.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.